Well, we're doing various interviews about Manx Radio as they celebrate their 50th year. And we've come to another radio station today, also very popular, on an island, but a little bit further south, a bit warmer at the minute anyway as well. Sara Palmer's with us from BBC Radio Jersey.
Yeah.
But you did do your time at Manx.
I did. In fact, I started my broadcasting career at Manx Radio. Not that I was intending to ever have a broadcasting career, but now I've been broadcasting longer than I was ever in any other job. So it's very bizarre.
Tell the story in a brief way about how you got into broadcasting.
OK. Manx Children in Need, back in the year 2000. They were advertising lots of things. It was held down at the Steam Packet Company. It happens every year. I assume it still does. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, lots of products. You know, bags of coal, pictures of Norman Wisdom. Didn't want anything like that. And one of the prizes or auction was to go on the radio with Chris Williams, who was doing the Drive Time show. And since I've been in the Isle of Man, I've been listening to Manx Radio. Anyway, I thought that sounds fun. I'll bid for that. So I put some money down, and we were due out for dinner that evening. So I put down a random price of £126. I thought it was, and if I got it, I got it, and if I didn't, I didn't. It was money well spent. Anyway, I got back that evening, and I had won the bid. And so I remember on the Monday calling up Chris Williams, expecting that some receptionist would answer or something like that, and he's on the phone. Oh, hello. Yeah. Because we all know now how it works in radio. Everybody does everything. And I said, oh, I'm the lady that won the auction prize. And he said, oh, right, when would you like to come on? And I was like, well, sooner the better, really, because I'm quite nervous about this. He put me on air. That was fine. So I went in on the Monday, and we had a bit of a laugh. You know, we're about the same age. Sorry, Chris, if you're listening. And we, you know, grew up at the same television programmes. Anyway, we had a bit of a laugh. Invited me back a couple of weeks, months later to do a bank holiday. And then Stu Lowe, who was programme manager at the time, rang me up and said, would I come in the following week? And I said, oh, yeah, of course. What with Chris? And he goes, no, on your own. I was like, I hadn't even been the other side of the desk. I didn't really know what to do. So went in and had a very brief lesson. And goodness only knows what I sounded like. I went live on the Monday. Chris stayed behind just to help me out and things. And I was sort of doing stuff then.
That really isn't at the deep end, isn't it?
It really was.
Because apparently you didn't even know what a mini disc was or something.
No. I was trying to load it in the cartridge. I was like, Chris, help me. And he's like, well, it's help if you took it out of the packet.
That's
I didn't know. I'd never even used a mini disc. But it was, I think, because I'd been in the Foreign Office prior to that and I'd done communications in the Foreign Office, I wasn't daunted in that sort of sense. And to be honest, sometimes you just got to give things a go. And all right, it might have been one bad show and they'd say thanks very much, but
well, obviously
still
not.
Here.
Hold up what you've got there. Prize possession here that you've found.
I know, and I have to say, this was from Dewan Turner when he left to go to Energy FM.
Gosh.
He gave me his Kick FM coat.
He'll want that back now, though. You realise?
It's probably worth something now. But yeah, they set up the weekend station because when I then started, I was filling in. I covered for Susie Richardson. I covered for Bernie Quayle because I had 2 young children, so it was a case of just doing bits and pieces. But when Kick started, I got my own show and I did Sundays 10 till 1, and then I did Saturday mornings as well.
I did Saturday mornings on Kick at the breakfast show when it first started.
And then I was doing other bits and pieces. So, yeah, I still have my bomber jacket, sponsored by whoever it's sponsored by.
Not sure she's on BBC for saying things like that.
So, anyway.
Tell us about, though, you moved to Jersey. It was
Yes.
a big move because your family moved down and that sort of thing. And you stayed down here, but you very quickly got a job here, I guess, and you've become part of the furniture, haven't you?
Well, I have, yes. They'll be wanting me to leave again soon. I remember having to leave the Isle of Man because I got, it was a bit sort of, it's not her again, is it, on in the paper and everything. But, yes, when I came here, so, the BBC's down there. And I was like, don't be daft, I'm a mum on the radio. I'm never going to get on the BBC. I still have a half-written email, I think, to Matthew Price here. And but they had an open day, and it was only a friend in the playground. I didn't know anybody when I came to Jersey, and it was quite strange coming to Jersey, having been in the Isle of Man and knowing everybody and that sort of thing. So, but a mum in the playground said, oh, did you know that the BBC are opening, they just got a talent night. So if you've been in radio, want to be in radio, they're looking for people. And I was like, oh, right, okay. So I sent my CV in, which of course had 4 years experience commentating on the Queen, doing everything. And I just came along and they didn't have any jobs, but they said, oh, well, we'll keep your name. So I just sort of I thought, well, even if I come and answer the phones, it's a way of getting into it. And they needed one of the girls who was presenting, Carrie Cooper. She needed help to produce her show. So I came in just part-time. And then once you're in and they knew I could broadcast and that sort of thing, people move on. I became full-time and I've been here 8 years now. I am literally part of the furniture.
For people who don't know, it's quite a big organisation here and on Guernsey. There's a lot of people working in radio and the television. In fact, we might have a few shots showing what's going on there. It's a pretty big operation, isn't it?
It is, yes. And we do have the television side of things as well. Obviously we broadcast to Jersey. And then the TV side, they have the opt from Plymouth. So Plymouth, when they go to the 6 o'clock news and they say, now we go to the regions, they'll come to the Channel Islands and they cover Guernsey with the TV here. And so we have the TV. But we're all a good crowd, and people will go out, if they're going out to film something for TV, they'll do stuff for radio as well. And likewise, a lot of the radio journalists are trained in camera work and that sort of thing. I mean, I don't tend to do that because I'm not a broadcast journalist.
Well,
I'm just a presenter.
You're always doing things. She's always presenting things all around the island. I watch it. But you've also recently, someone else from Manx Radio joined. Hope was meant to be here today, but she couldn't make it in the end, unfortunately. But explain.
Yes, indeed. You probably remember from, she used to appear with Alex Brindley and I think Chris Williams as well, Ashley Tracy. And yes, it was funny because they said to me, we're moving the show, but we've got, because Carrie left, Carrie and I used to double head. And they wanted me to carry on my own, but we've got you a fantastic producer. And I was like, all right. And they said, she's from the Isle of Man. And I was like, good heavens. And it was Ashley. And it was brilliant. And we had almost a year together until she got too good.
Got her own show, did she?
She got too good, and she's double-heading breakfast.
Wow.
But delighted for her because she really is. She's just great, and she's, sometimes people outgrow places, and I think that's what happened at Manx, and she's got room to grow here, and she'll probably go on to better things, to be honest, as well. So.
But just back to Manx Radio, I mean, it's a great training ground, isn't it? And a lot of people have moved on and gone elsewhere. A lot of people stayed there. Yeah. But as their 50th comes up, they're having a bit of celebration. Will you be heading back, or are you going to make it?
No, sadly not. I really would have liked to have done, but I've just had my very own celebration. In fact, I am as old as Manx Radio, but I haven't been broadcasting quite as long as that.
Work that one out.
But no, there's just too much going on. So I've had a big celebration here, and I just can't get back for it. So it's a shame, actually.
Do it in vague. Say something to them.
Hello, everybody involved in Manx Radio, ever been involved in Manx Radio, going to be involved in Manx Radio in the next 50 years. It's a brilliant place. I still have very, very good friends there. I cut my teeth there. I apologise now for all the programmes I did that were rubbish, but thank you, because otherwise I just wouldn't be here. Thank you to Chris Williams and Stu Lowe in particular, I think, because they gave me my break and sort of went, OK, go for it. So happy birthday, and I hope there's lots of cake and champagne and everybody has a brilliant, brilliant time.